Hey everybody, amprepairguy.com, 203-892-4119, also hardbackelectronics.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So we have another Ameritron Al-811h. Customer sent it in. He said he heard popping noises and all crazy sorts of crazy stuff. So I turned it on real quick, pop, 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 and one of the filter caps has an issue. So all the resistors are okay, but they just had an internal failure for whatever reason. So I have some replacement caps, Cornell Dubilier electronic ones, brand new. The last four I had left over from Harbach, so I'm going to put those in. I'll change the resistors first. Brand new ones, you always want to do that. Always change the resistors. You know, if the caps were okay, I was going to change these four resistors as long as none were open. Well, none of them are open, so it's just strange. So anyway, I'm going to do that. Do the bias mod, take the socket assembly out, ground the grids right to the metal, compress the socket clips, add gas discharge tubes, the SO239s have no grip. Look at that. Nothing. So change those with brand new ones from Max-Gain Systems. Clean the rotor switches, deoxit gold. The straps look okay. He taped them underneath. Oh, I guess this one came untaped. So, guys, he's close to me. If I can get the screw out for the plate choke, I'll put a longer one in. They've been gluing them. Well, some of them have it glued in, and I can't get it out, so I just leave it be. But still don't like it when it like catches a couple threads, because I've seen it break. You know, the threads will break and then it'll flop to the side. So check the meter protection diode. It's getting a brand new set of Penta 572B tubes. Awesome company. So check the air. I already checked the air variable cap on the plate side. Looks good. Disconnected the secondary leads. I already did that to make sure the transformer is okay. Mostly it'll tell me if it's okay unless it had some weird short in the inside that only would present itself when there was a path back to the chassis through the rectifier. So you can see this cap is bubbling out a bit. I'm willing to bet that's the one that's screwed up. Okay, so I'm going to get to work and I'll see you guys in a bit. So I took the resistors out, but just to be on the safe side, I took a reading with my fluke between the transformer secondary and the chassis, and it looks good. Okay, so I'm going to get back to work. See you soon. So grids are grounded directly to the metal. I added a gas discharge tube on each side of the filament. All four are in parallel, so you only need one per side. Replaced one of the clips. It was defective. I think it was probably defective from the factory. Okay, so I'm going to put the longer screw in for the plate choke and also change the SO239s and go from here. Okay, see you guys soon. Also compress the clips ever so carefully. Okay, see you soon. I'm back with the completed Ameritron Al-811h. I'm going to go over everything I did. So, change the bleeder / equalization resistors, change the capacitors, did the bias modification, tighten up on hardware, fix solder joints, put a longer screw in, through the base of the plate choke. The other one was loose. Changed the SO239s, got brand new ones from Max-Gain Systems, a brand new set of Penta tubes, checked it on all bands. What else did I do? So, resecured the safety choke to a new solder tab right there. Tighten the air variable capacitor, screws on the plate side, the nuts on the load side. Okay, so this had a unique issue I haven't seen before. So when they installed the transformer, it was actually slid over to the right, and the core was actually protruding past the edge here, so it was actually pushing against the cover. So here, basically a straight edge, it's straight. Now, not interfering. So, bent the wall a bit to curve it away, like I've seen in other ones. I cleaned the rotor switches with deoxit gold. Straps are okay on the parasitic board. Meter protection diode's good. So, issue here, I almost forgot. So the gentleman had this wired for 240, okay? And this shouldn't happen, but it did happen. Was happening. So the reason why his cap probably failed was he switched over to 240 And when it was on, the play voltage was actually in the red. Okay, so it was almost the second line in the red. So it was actually exceeding the ratings of the capacitor. The rating, for each cap. So I switched it back to 120 and, jumpered it nice and everything with solid conductor wire. And now it's below the red. So it's good. So just be careful of that. There's no reason to wire one of these for 240. But if you do, if it's in the red, you can't use it like that. If you have the 450 volt caps, there's no reason to have it on 240. So just keep that in mind. That's why his cap event, failed. So if you need an amplifier repaired, feel free to give me a call. Phone number is 203-892-4119. That's 203-892-4119. Website's amprepairguy.com. Also harbackelectronics.com. Here are the old caps. And there's an old resistor and one of them, and the old SO239s. So again, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. 73.